Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, I am going to read out you the article on the significance of positive atheism, which is written by Professor D.D. Bandiste. The greatest calamity of the present times is that man has lost faith in himself. And according to Gora, taking recourse to atheism is a precondition to regain that faith. Generally, atheism is taken only in its negative aspect. By atheism, people generally mean denial of God's existence. In Gora's atheism, this negative aspect is, of course, there, but Gora attached to it a positive aspect also. Positively speaking, atheism means freedom of man. Gora argues that when God is denied, man automatically becomes a free being. Atheism, thus, is a liberating type of philosophy, liberating man from God. One thing more, Gora's meaning of theism and atheism is also quite novel and peculiar. He found that those who accept God invariably surrender themselves before Him. Thus, the mentality of laying oneself prostrate, the attitude of mental slavery becomes the sine qua non of theism. Now, Gora argues that although it is true that a theist is mentally a slave, it is better to say that whoever is mentally a slave is a theist. Hence, according to Gora, the term theist depicts the person's mentality more than implying one's belief in the existence of God. Whoever considers himself a slave is a theist, while whoever considers himself a free person is an atheist. Mental slaves are theists, while free persons are atheists. Theists develop a slave mentality, while the atheists develop an independent mentality. Gora writes, man's reactions to his world have been of two kinds. First, he surrenders to the forces of his world and drifts in the stream of its forces. Second, he asserts himself upon the surroundings and harness the factors to satisfy his needs. The former is motivated by a slave mind and the other by his sense of freedom. The first type of persons are theists, while the second type are atheists. If someone thinks that he is a mere slave of circumstances on Gora's criterion, he also is a theist irrespective of his disbelief in God. Naturally, the traditional lists of the theists and atheists have got to be revised. Under theism, Gora would include all people of slave mentality, whether they believe in God or not. Theism is not so much the belief in the existence of God as man's subordination to something outside him. Persons of independent mind are atheists. Under theism, Gora would include all people of slave mentality, even if they do not accept God. On this criterion, even the materialists become theists since they are determinists. Materialists believe that man is not free, but is a slave of the laws of nature. Thus, under materialism, too, man is a slave, if not of God, but of nature. But slave, he surely is and is hence a theist. Materialism is godless theism. Marxists, too, become theists in that they are two determinists believing that man is the slave of the dialectical process of history. Theism is thus of two types. One, where man considers himself a slave of God, and the other, where man considers himself a slave of circumstances. For a meaningful, happy, and progressive type of life, atheism alone is the right foundation. We have already seen that, according to Gora, persons who have risen above the tradition, persons who are of independent mind, persons who have initiated new outlook are atheists. On this criterion, Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Guru Nanak, and many others, although they believe in God, become atheists. Even Gandhiji, although a known theist, would on Gora's criterion be called an atheist. Has not Gandhiji given a new interpretation of so many traditional concepts? In fact, has he not propounded a new philosophy of life? Surely he has. Therefore, he is an atheist. Every prophet has been a heretic in his times. Hence, as compared to his contemporaries, every prophet is an atheist. Thus, the term theism connotes a slave mind, a sheepish mind, whereas the term atheism connotes a free, an original, and an independent mind. To be an atheist, one must be bold and rational through and through. According to Gora, man by nature is an atheist, but his culture makes him a theist. Human nature is to ask questions, but theism, tradition, and religion suppress this innate human urge. They ask man not to question and doubt, but to just believe, to keep faith, and that too an implicit faith. Circumstances and culture make persons theists. The young child is totally dependent upon its elders. It, in fact, is eager to please them, and naturally it does whatever the elders ask it to do and believe in what they want it to believe. And gradually it becomes a theist, a mental slave. The child realizes that it is in its own interest to swim with the tradition and be a likable child. We become a theist just by being with the tradition. We do not have to think in order to be a theist. No sooner anyone starts thinking, he will become an atheist. When Gora was once lecturing in the famous Hyde Park of London, one person asked him to why so many people believe in God. If God did not exist, Gora's reply was, people are taught by their parents to believe in the existence of God, and hence they just believe in God. Think and God goes. As soon as we start thinking, God and theism vanish. And from here, I shall continue in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaram channels, which has crossed more than 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.